What is going on, my Concise Conversation family? I hope you guys are all doing well today on this fine June 29th, 2022, second to last day of Pride Month. So today is day 2, and it's going to be titled Educate Yourself. So today I just want to go into the empowerment of education, especially in the realm of LGBTQ life, and how that education can lead to a better environment of awareness, empathy, safety, and understanding for everyone involved. So when I was going to school in college, now that I can say that I'm a UCR graduate, I would say one of the best things that I did throughout my college experience was take a gender and sexuality course. And I think what this did was open my eyes to the world of the gender binary, open my eyes to the world of how sexuality is perceived in different lifestyles and different cultures, and really helped me unlearn a lot of the things that I've learned throughout my life, throughout society, and just throughout living and navigating the world as a black cisgender man. And I would definitely say that there's so much that we don't know about the lives of our trans sisters and brothers, of our non-binary brothers and sisters, and just so many different lifestyles and experiences that are coupled with so much danger and so much harm that we cannot even fathom. So I think the purpose of educating ourselves about these topics is to open up our horizon and create a sense of compassion for other people who are going through some very, very difficult things. There's this video titled Sister Sister with this person named Raina Gossett. I believe they go by Tourmaline now, and an activist named Kimberly Drew. And they talk about the gender binary and how it's a system that affects all of us, and that no one has the opportunity to opt out. So I want to play a little clip for that now.
I think it's also interesting too how spaces for care or self-care are gendered as well, where it's like you walk into a salon and everything's pink and you're like, fuck this. Why does this have to be reserved?
Yeah, exactly.
Or like, it's interesting when you like don't think about how everything you do is gendered. Well, gender's there too. You like look under the couch, you're like, gender's there too. Open up the cabinet, oh, gender's right there. But yes, so I always thought about it as this moment of really claiming an adult identity.
Right. You know, these aren't just interpersonal challenges, right? So the gender binary is this really big thing that shapes all of our lives, right? That like we're not invited into opting out, right? Like if we're born in a hospital, if we move through a world where we lived in public housing, if we have ever like been in rehab or in prison or in jail or a deportation center, like we're not being asked for our gender self-determination, whether or not we're like in a place that like seemingly aligns with it, you know, like it's so much larger, I think, than the cis woman supporting the trans woman. And so for me, I was like, I really want to make sure that we're like talking about how actually the gender binary shapes all of our lives. We need to like have that informed conversation about what does it mean to like show up and support each other, and like to me it means like taking up space in order to disrupt it, you know?
So definitely go check that video out when you have a chance. But I really respect both of them for making this video, because like I've been saying throughout this whole series, being vulnerable about your identity, when your identity is very polarized, when your identity is very ostracized and attacked, is very, very empowering, not only to yourself but to everyone around you. And I can say when I first was assigned to watch this video in a gender and sexuality course, I just remember it being so impactful to the fact that the gender binary is not something that only affects queer people. The gender binary is something that is a system that impacts everyone, you know, regardless of if you identify with it or not. So I think that when I was able to really process this video, I could see the different ways that gender impacts me and had an impact on the people around me. One point that I want to expand on off of Raina Gossett's point is the practice of taking up space to disrupt space. And I think this is a super important point that she made, because when queer people stay in the background and don't take up space in regards to sharing their story, in regards to creating a platform for other people to learn and unlearn a lot of different things, then we are forced to we're just forced to the background and put on the back burner. And I think this allows people to continue living lives of ignorance, continue living lives where they don't know about the lives of queer people. And I think that is very dangerous, in that we will never get the justice, we will never get the respect or the love that we deserve as queer people. So I think when we educate ourselves and educate those around us, we empower everyone as a community to have compassion for one another and realize that we're all more alike than we are different. And lastly, one tip that I want to share with you all is that we should all be patient with ourselves and with other people when it comes to learning and unlearning a lot of things about gender, about sexuality, about queerness, because these are things that are very new topics for a lot of people. And although for a lot of queer people, this has been our entire lives and we have not only learned about it, but lived through these experiences, we can't say the same for everyone else. So I think when it comes to teaching others and learning yourself about the different ways that we navigate life and the different ways that we are impacted by the gender binary and by patriarchy, we really have to be patient with other people who might not understand where we're coming from. And this is not to say that we should take disrespect or we should take arrogance from anyone, but I think there is going to be a learning curve when it comes to these things. And even for me, having to implement like non-binary pronouns into my vocabulary, I don't think it's that hard, because at the end of the day, if someone wants to be referred to something, who am I to not? But I think for other people, there will be a learning curve when it comes to these things. So I would say be patient, have compassion, but realize that education is empowering. And once you take up space, like Tourmaline was saying, once you take up space to disrupt that space, you will realize that you are worthy to have a platform. You are worthy to be in your own skin and to love yourself, and to realize that no harm and no violence is something that should be coupled with a queer experience. So I hope you guys are all doing well and you found some value in this video. Definitely go check out that sister video when you have a chance, and I will talk to you later. Peace out.